Okay.
Well, okay. 1, 2, 3, clap. Did you do it?
Yeah, I did it.
Okay, cool. That should be good.
That's gonna hurt your ears. I did it way too close to the mic, so
Oh my
be
god, that's
careful.
because I didn't even clap. I just shot a gun. So
All
I think
right, all right.
I think we're gonna be fine. But today we're gonna be watching Ratatouille, Pixar's Ratatouille. There is no other film called Ratatouille. You could not possibly confuse what else we could be watching. And
This is not ratatouille.
This is not Ratatouille. This is not Ratatouille. No, wait, this is Ratatouille. But when I
This
said
is Ratatouille.
this is Ratatouille. My bad. I'm gonna fail the test.
Don't confuse it with Baba Booey.
I don't think it. 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, well now it's playing. We're watching the Blu-ray, which means that it did just like a fancy little intro thing. But now
Don't
it's
be
playing.
scared.
No, wait, now it's playing because it just got done loading. Because this is a Blu-ray. Now we're looking at the Walt Disney logo.
I don't think I've ever seen this.
Well, this is the Blu-ray Walt Disney logo.
No, I'm just playing.
Everybody's already so far off.
I'm so pissed.
I'm literally so pissed. Say high definition, you fucking cocksucker.
High definition. Oh, never mind.
Magic at high definition. Anybody watching this on Disney Plus is yanking their hair out. Oh, and there's
I just
more.
watched a guy. He just like ranked or like he did a tier list of like movie like movie production company intros, and he put this version below the new version, which you have no idea how much that pissed me off. It's not even this it's not this old version. It's the one where it's literally all 2D. And that you don't understand how much that made me mad.
Really?
I very much prefer the 2D versus the whole like 3D like fucking sweeping shot shit. It just feels too, I don't know. I like the other one gives me, it might just be nostalgia, but it gives me a better feeling.
Well, we do know that Disney is a company that is known for making great decisions.
I don't think I heard about that.
There's a shot up here where Gousseau is like signing a magazine and it looks like a PS2 cutscene. Watch this. Right? Give it a second. Here.
Oh, he's fat.
Dude, he's so fucking fat, dude. He's so fucking guy. His critic name is the Grim Eater.
No, that's his letterboxd account.
Oh my god, that's so fire. I wonder if anybody actually has a letterboxd account called the Grim Eater in reference to specifically this movie.
Oh, in reference to this?
It's specifically
maybe.
in reference to this. Also,
Quite possibly.
Also, these older Blu-rays, like the ones that were made when Blu-ray just came out, they do a weird thing with my player where they have the record camera button in the corner just constantly flashing throughout the entire movie. So I'm sorry if that's bothering you.
It's making sure you're not recording this movie.
It's saying, "Hey, we see the camera."
Who's that?
A rat.
Oh.
Such a cool silhouette.
I was about to say the way that the fact that this movie stands out visually every time is amazing.
But
it's never disappointing.
It fits in stylistically with everything else that Pixar has made, but visually everything is so iconic.
Yeah.
This is also one of those movies where I played it so much as a kid that every single line I just know the rhythm of it.
Yeah.
When's the last time you watched this movie?
It's gotta be 4 or 5 years now.
Really? You guys haven't gotten to it on the animation list yet?
No, he got to it before I joined.
Really?
So,
how old is this movie?
Yeah. 2008, right?
That's really when you joined 2008?
I think I joined a little bit after that. Like, consistently, I joined after that. I might have joined a movie or two before that, but consistently past this point. Because I know I didn't watch it with him. So, dude, he's a rat.
He's literally the best fucking rat I've ever seen in my life. Oh, woo. Also, a nice touch. I like how all the rats are gray and brown and at most red, but Remy's the only blue one,
which means he's sad.
which means he's a sad rat.
He
Like that.
he he throughout the movie he starts to glow yellow.
He's sad rat unity, and at the end he turns into super omega rat.
Oh my god.
Makes a really good point.
Did you know that voice actor killed his wife?
I heard that and I believed it and I clapped.
I remember talking about it while playing Minecraft.
I remember that too. I remember looking it up and it being 100% true too as well.
I would never tell a lie.
You never have.
Yeah,
I think he helped Jim Carrey kill his girlfriend too.
that's not true, dude. Jim Carrey's Canadian.
That's right. Isn't Patton Oswalt Canadian?
No, he's from my state. He's from
Is he really?
Portsmouth. Yeah.
That's crazy. That you just doxed yourself.
Portsmouth, Washington. Yeah. All right, bud.
Oh, my bad. That's where I live.
People don't even know how to spell the word I just said.
Let's try to say a strawberry with cheese.
I think a big reason I do like this movie too is because of its music.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't notice music all the time, but because it's like Paris and all that, it's like it kind of stands out a little bit more for me. And it's nice.
Because with a lot of movies, it seems like they write the music to let the actions breathe. But this movie, it feels like they write the music specifically as to what's happening. Like they have that they have that motif that goes and they usually have that just like whenever like very like light tippy tappy things are happening. It's just so well done. Not the director. I guess the director because he's had a big fucking name in this movie. But the composer, his name escapes me. I always remember how it's spelled.
Michael Giacchino.
Michael Giacchino. I can never remember how to pronounce it, but Michael Giacchino.
I might be wrong about the last name, but I know it's a G name.
Yeah, I know it is. It's very close to what I have in my head. But he's not like he doesn't make stuff like John Williams.
No, I was right.
He doesn't make stuff like John Williams, but he's been around he has had his hand in so many movies, and his work is so great and distinctive that he might as well be like the second generation of John Williams.
He looks like John Green.
He looks like John Green, which is close to John Williams. Just one H off.
I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't either. I don't know why I did. Why'd you let me?
I don't know.
As a kid, I thought that mushroom was fried chicken.
I love, like, it already passed, but I love when he does the, what's it called? Like the little dewdrop from the grass.
Yeah.
I love that. Anytime there's a dewdrop in a movie, it always looks so nice.
This movie doesn't just make food look good. It makes its ingredients look good too.
Makes it look fucking sexy.
Dude, you want to fuck that mushroom, dude.
I would never, but maybe.
But maybe look at it. I mean, come on.
It looks like a ball of popcorn.
It literally does. As a kid, I thought it was chicken.
I think you're chicken.
Look at their hair physics. This is the very first movie to have hair and grass physics.
Yeah, I think so, actually.
It's definitely one of the first that at least gets it to look like this. Because I can't remember exactly where I heard it, but this movie had to fight a lot of shit just to get wet rat hair to look right. Why do I let you?
'Cause you're a bitch.
You're a bitch rat, dude.
You a bitch ass rat for real.
You may be a pussy, but you still a rat.
For real. I'm gonna use that in the song.
Please, I'd be honored.
All right, now I can't.
My bad. Damn.
You put too much respect on your name.
I'm sorry.
Yep. Who's this guy think he is?
He's like, I think he's an usher in a movie theater.
Give a fat motherfucker a camera and he's gonna talk some shit.
It's YouTube before YouTube. He got a bad review and he had a heart attack.
For real.
He was not ready for this world, man.
I'm sorry, but I've had rats in my house before, and never before have I grabbed a shotgun.
Well, this lady's French.
Which makes her stupid? Which makes her a pussy? Like, what are you doing?
No, it makes her a gun owner. Well, I mean, what she's doing is pretty stupid.
Also, that gun is not supposed to shoot that many bullets at once.
I don't know how French guns work, man. Do you think they would put
Actually,
a gun...
you might be right. Maybe it's a weapon I've never touched.
Do you think they would put a gun in a modern Pixar movie? Do you think they would have to fight to get that?
You know what? I've never questioned it being in this one, so I'm not sure.
Dude, they say...
I'm always cool with it.
They say hell in this movie like twice. They show like 3 guns.
Yeah.
It's kind of like amazing.
It's insane what they got away with.
For an animated kids movie, how just they treated it like a regular movie. Especially back then when it was so new.
And a character dies of a heart attack in the first 10 minutes.
Yes, dude.
Yeah. Say the word innovated a few times.
Say it like it's a bar, because it is one.
Evacuate!
Oh, my bad. There's some green rats in there and some other blue ones.
No, but like Remy stands out. Like his blue is unique.
He's like almost cyan compared to the rest of the rats. He's so blue.
Also, that means that his Remy's mom like fucked a different dude.
Yeah. Or maybe
his dad's brown.
Maybe she could have been cyan. I don't know.
That's the thing, though. It's not a dominant gene.
That is true. It is a recessive gene. Well, maybe he's just like the run of the pack. Oh wait, he
maybe
literally
he's.
is.
Wait a minute. Maybe he's a rat.
Dude, that's... Oh, and he's actually a rat. That makes sense.
I think we just got to the bottom of this.
Dude, this movie...
This movie sucks.
Give it up for Pixar! Yeah! I'm on a book. Help!
Help! Help!
Help! I'm on a book. Help!
I'm scared. Help! Would you ever scream like that?
Yeah, I would.
If you were scared, would you scream like that?
I would tell you how I would scream, but I've been getting noise complaints from
Help!
screaming, so I can't scream. Help, boy! Help me, boy! Help me, daddy! Help me, daddy!
Help me, daddy! That's crazy. I'd just be screaming like obscenities and stuff.
When I was 10, this is like the scariest shit I ever saw in my life. So this is what all my nightmares looked like.
Really?
Yeah.
You were in a sewer?
I was in a sewer and it was blue and I was a rat.
Did you stink?
I think so.
I think so. You know what? I might have.
I don't remember smells that well. I'm going to be real with you.
I don't either. No cappuccino.
Mm-mm.
No Michael Giacchino.
You know, next to Titanic, this is like the most water in a movie ever.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a movie with this much water.
Just Titanic.
Also, don't look at the movie Waterworld.
I don't know what that is. Is it like is that
You
like a
don't want to
is
know.
it like a movie or something? Like, I don't understand what you're trying to tell me.
Hmm. 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 If only you knew.
That's how I'm waiting for that good context.
Ah! Eee! These are all his signs. He should know by now.
That rat dry out that book.
Yeah, that always confused me how the book got so dry.
Well, no, you can kind of see it's just the outside of the pages that are wet because it was never open when it was in the water.
Yeah, but like water travels through paper.
Yeah, but paper beats water,
Rock beats scissors.
and scissors beats lizard beats Spock.
Holy shit.
Yup, we just broke down this movie twice.
I'm hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, hungry. I'm dead.
Hi, Dad. I'm Cousteau. Welcome to my restaurant.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I always love how the version of him looks in the book.
I do too.
That reminds me of like the Family Guy video game. No, that's not a negative nor a positive. That's an observation. That's all it is.
They were both very relevant in their own rights in their own time period.
Yeah.
And I respect.
I guess you can say the same for like the Futurama game.
Yeah.
Cause, yeah.
And the Aqua Team Hunger Force golfing game for the PS2.
I never knew about that. So I would like to actually see that and see what that's about.
I remember seeing cutscenes for the game, and I was like, why are they not doing anything? And I asked a friend about it. He's like, oh, that's a golfing game. I'm like, there's a Aqua Teen Hunger Force golfing game, and he was like, yeah. And I was like, why is it a golfing game? It's like, because it was cheap.
That's interesting though.
Yeah, it is interesting. Have you ever seen the Ratatouille ride in France?
No.
It is something legitimately beautiful. It's spectacular, and the way that they do Gusteau's ghost in the ride is really like phenomenal looking. It's like a little Gusteau animatronic that does flips and shit, but they do the Pepper's ghost effect, so it's floating in the middle of nowhere, and it's amazing looking. And you're like the size of a rat, so everything's really big, and you're riding in like I can't remember. You're riding in like a rat shaped cart, but like I don't know why I'm trying to explain it, but you're just the size of Remy. You're like, there's a part in the ride that's exactly like this, where you're just like going under floorboards and attics and shit, and it's really exciting. I'd really love to go one day. There's Doug.
What's your opinion on Up?
Opinion on Up? It's been a while since I've seen it. When I was a kid, I always skipped the first 10 minutes because I didn't know why I would want to start a movie by being sad. But I liked the house, and I liked how everything that Carl loved was just constantly like breaking and being bitten. And the movie always kind of confused me a little bit because I was like, well, why is there another old guy but in the middle of the forest? Looking back on it, I understand it. I like it. I don't like it as much as this movie though. This movie,
Oh hell no, yeah.
this movie gets way more powerful than Up.
Yeah. Also, like, I just feel like there's nothing that happens in Up, like almost at all. Like, I watched it with David and Noah, and how do I put it? Because I never liked it when I was younger, and I was hoping that since I was older, I'd get a better feeling for it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the only things that matter are in the first like 20-30 minutes, and then literally the last like 5 minutes of the movie. I really hate where they end up, like the place that they have to go to, because it's a confusing area. It's very vertical, yet there's a jungle, and they don't ever explore the jungle except for 2 scenes, and it's not the main characters, it's the fucking like animals.
Mm-hmm.
You just like don't get to explore any of it at all. This movie, especially like, no, I'm not even trying to compare them. You just brought it up. This movie you get to see way more than you would think you would see.
Yeah.
You start off in a whole different area. You travel through Paris. You get to like see it from different like angles. It's like there's a lot of layers to this movie.
You know what I just realized? Kind of on the same note, but not really. There,
He's white.
well, Caucasian. Let's be real. But I was
Okay.
gonna say, for a movie that's whole theme is rats, there's not one fucking cat in this entire movie. And I feel like
Yeah.
if Pixar made this movie today, the main villain would be a cat, or at least this chef character would have a cat. That's
Yeah.
crazy to me. That feels like almost like a rule when they were writing the movie. Like, hey, when you think of rats, you think of cats, so no cats. That feels like something that they did.
Literally. Yeah. That I've never even thought about the fact that there's not a cat in this movie, but it
Not
makes sense
not
that
even
they
in the
didn't do
background
it.
or
Yeah.
anything.
No, literally, it's such a better decision that they didn't. I wouldn't even know what to think about this movie if there was a cat villain. That doesn't sound right to the idea of what Ratatouille
But
is.
it sounds immediately like intuitively what you would do if you're writing a story. You're like, okay, so the rat's a chef, so maybe like a cat is trying to like ruin his restaurant, and then that just immediately like tanks the story. It wouldn't immediately like take like make the story shit, but it would immediately take it down from what this movie already is. Which this movie isn't about a rat going on rat adventures. This movie is about a rat wanting to be a chef just like humans, and he's not letting the fact that he's a rat even come to his mind more than like maybe two or
Yeah.
three times in the film.
Plus, this movie already has two villains.
Oh
It
yeah.
has on Anton Ego, and then it has the chef, like the lead chef.
Mm. I saw somebody make a resin clay statue of Remy, and they like flocked it so he had like fur and shit, and it was him making like this stew, and he had a little chef's hat on, and it looked really amazing. And I was thinking is like Remy's such like a good design. There's so many like high quality like figurines and statues for like movies and video games. I'm surprised there's not one for this. There's like a plushie or two, but that's really it.
This movie also feels like the biggest risk they've ever taken with making a film.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they put their literal heart and soul into making a movie about a rat
Mm-hmm.
and made it one of the best films out of their whole catalog.
Cause it.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, you go. You
I was
go.
gonna say because also this movie's so much harder to pitch. Like even like some of Pixar's other amazing movies, like Toy Story, is like oh they're toys that come to life. You could see a movie studio being like that's a new interesting idea, but I could see that working. Or like there's a robot in a wasteland and he's lonely and he wants to find humans. They could also see that working. How do you pitch a story about a rat who wants to cook in a kitchen? Like an executive would be like, well, why don't they just kill him? I don't understand. But at the same time,
A
it's so
rat from the
it's
countryside of Paris literally being jolted into, or sorry, the countryside of France being jolted into Paris.
into a five
And
into
also
a
his
five-star Michelin
main
restaurant.
role, yeah, and his main role model is a fucking chef, a human chef.
And
Like,
it's not even the chef. It's his imagination
idea
pretending
of
to
the
be the chef.
chef,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they mention that a lot. How it's like his idol isn't even really his idol. His idol's just what he's making up in his head.
hmm
He's a little ratschizophrenic, dude. There's a part in the ride that's exactly like this, where they position you under like a plate cart like this.
Also, I want to point out we're 5 minutes away, or I'm 5 minutes away from 30 minutes.
Okay.
So,
Of course, if you want to, you could do it like whenever you feel like, whenever you want to reset your recording.
yeah, I'll probably like I'm trying to think, cause this movie's 100 or is an hour and 50. So that's 3 sessions, or that's five.
Four?
That's 5 things of 30 minutes.
Four things a third, because 30 minutes make an hour, and it's almost 2 hours, so it'd be 30, 30,
Yeah,
30,
you're
another
right.
20.
Yeah,
His eyes going. Ugh.
yeah. There's so much emotion in this movie, and not even like sad and happy emotion. It's like there's complex emotions
Mm.
in the facial expressions that actually read deeper than what they're gonna say. Like it's so good. That's actual movie making. That's not even, oh, let's make an animated film and let's focus on the animation being really good. It's like they're translating an idea.
It
Like I don't know how to explain that, but I feel like there's not a lot of Pixar movies that do that.
I don't feel like there's a lot of Pixar movies that have straight up nuance in the animations of the faces. There's just like the classic animation what's of like wind up and overshoot to make it look appealing. But and it doesn't feel like that they were like looking off of like an actor's performance. It feels just like the character itself performing. Just like the way like eyelids move and shit like that, the way that like faces scrunch up and smear, like the height of eyebrows from like the eyelid, everything's so perfect.
Plus, you
Cooking.
can watch this movie in any setting and get a different or like similar feel. Like
Mm-hmm.
this movie's constantly cozy. Like even with all the drama to it, it's such a cozy film.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially once you know what's gonna happen, it's like it's one of the best films to just put on just for fun.
Because even visually, no matter what's happening, it's always warm. Even when the whole scene is cold, there's always enough warmth in it to make it feel familiar to whatever
Yeah,
whatever has already just happened slash will happen. Like if you took this movie into a video editor and you cranked up the blurriness, so basically everything was just one color, it would always at the lightest be beige and at the darkest be like a maroon, and it would like never deviate from that. I feel like, or it would deviate from it very slightly. Because this is also a different era of Pixar. This is the era of Pixar where everybody had irreplicable face shapes. Like everybody in every single chef in this kitchen, every single uh customer out there, everybody has a drastically different face shape. Some people are
yeah,
teardrops, the main character's a diamond, he's like a perfect rectangle. Everybody looks so dramatically different. And not to knock on newer Pixar, but it feels like most modern Pixar characters are circles with bean mouths. Like I feel like the bean mouth era is like what they're in right now, because it feels like that feels like the style they're leaning towards more now. Where back then it's like no character can look the same, and now it's like every character has to have like one or two qualities that make them fit in the same style.
yeah. Anyone can cook.
That's something else I like about this movie. It doesn't try to romanticize France, but it doesn't make it look bad. It's not making like these people are like very stern and kind of I'm not gonna say violent, but they get kind of like violent sometimes. Like they're very like strong, and they this is their domain. They take this shit seriously, and it doesn't make everybody seem so open and cuddly and happy. It's very it's a very unwelcoming environment, but it doesn't make it look any less appealing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh my god,
Mm,
that looked awesome.
that was so fucking good. Even this scene's so cold. Look how much warm colors and shit there in it, like red and green and shit.
Yeah.
That's another thing that makes this movie so great is nothing progresses in the movie because the movie needs to happen. Everything progresses because of how the characters react to each other.
Yeah.
Like if it was anybody else throwing away this rat, nobody would have a conversation with him. Had to be Linguini.
Actually, yeah, that's true. That's true.
I love his apartment too, how fucking terrible it is. But it looks so nice.
Yeah, I'd live there.
I'd live here so happily. You cannot complain with that view.
No,
That
literally.
view makes that shit 2K a month.
Oh yeah, I forgot the audio also messes up.
Mm. Do you want to try to power through it, or do you want me to restart the stream? Because I could restart the stream, but I can't stop the movie.
Um, I guess just power through.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Because it fixed itself last time, didn't it?
It always does. It just takes a while. I'm gonna just keep letting my recording go for as long as
Okay.
it seems it can.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I just my only thing is the second that it starts to mess up, I'm gonna stop it because otherwise it's just gonna crash and I'm gonna lose it all.
Okay.
So Bro was just listening to him talk all that shit about him.
He heard every single bad thing he's ever heard in his life, and he still made him a tasty ass omelet.
Fuck him.
Oh, this guy chokes and dies.
I'm talking about Remy.
That's why I said.
Fucking bitch.
A fucking blue rat.
Fucking blue rat on Blu-ray. Idiot.
Fucking moron.
Gosh.
Shit pissed me off. You never got to eat that omelet.
Nah, for real.
I wonder when this movie takes place.
I think 2025? I'm not sure.
Probably sometime around then, yeah. Oh, that's his cock.
Nah, for real. Why didn't they just show it?
This movie's been so strong up until this point.
Like they backed out on what we all wanted?
Mm-hmm. We know, huh?
Idiots.
Fucking goddamn it. Mm. They really making fun of him because he has Tourette's.
I don't even think I know who voices anybody but Remy.
I was gonna ask you if you knew if like the guy who voices this guy, like if he's familiar to you.
Linguini.
Linguini. I always forget his name. I watched this movie from the perspective of a rat, and I forget everybody's name.
Literally, well, not that, but like literally, like I think sometimes with certain movies, it's best not to know anything else other than the movie. Like if I spent too much time diving into the background of this that wasn't on the creative side, then I feel like it would spoil all the magic. I feel like it's best to know your limits of what you want to hear and what you don't want to like. You don't want to spoil something for yourself, type shit.
Yeah.
Vegetables.
I won't tell you who voiced Linguini, but I will say that he voiced the Amoeba Boys in the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like I tried rewatching Powerpuff Girls not that long ago, but I couldn't continue, not because it's bad, just literally like it's so crazy how much detail there is in that show. I'm on the first episode and like there's a lot of exposition that's like really really awesome, like just how they tackle it for such like for a kids show. It's like insane.
It's a crazy adult show, like an adult-oriented show, way more than you think it is. I think the style.
No, like literally, it's super nostalgic to a certain point in time, and for that to be the case for a child show, and then the people that grew up on it really love it. It's just it's a testament to what you can really do when you use your creative side, or when you like actually put your focus into something.
If I'm not
It,
mistaken, oh, I'm sorry.
yeah.
I was gonna say if I'm not mistaken, the short, like the 4 or 5 minute short that got it greenlit was just a regular 5 minute shrunk down episode of the Powerpuff Girls, but it was called Whoop Ass Stew instead.
Mm,
Because
I've not heard of that.
they came from the Whoop Ass Stew that Professor X made. Pretty cool. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm not sure about all that, so I don't know.
I don't know about that. Also, crazy how we just glossed over like some like the most iconic shit in animated movie history.
What?
The concept of a rat tugging on your hair and making you a chef.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This movie's so like it's so crazy what it does. Like how do you get this idea across to an executive, bro?
Yeah.
How do you really, and I mean like really convince somebody to let you make this movie?
It's got to be like animated tests on top of animated tests on top of just really creative people having a lot of power, liking what you have to offer. This shit's insane.
Like a movie like this, it's not me saying it like it's the normal saying that everybody says, but a movie like this probably couldn't get made now without seeing way more um way more hassle from an executive side.
I was gonna say a movie like this would easily like actually a movie like this would 100% be made today, but it would never in a million years be made by Disney. Disney would see it as too risky. It would have to be. It would straight up be made by somebody like A24 or distributed like by somebody called A24. Because like that, it's just it's just like a weird niche movie that's only animated because it's fucking like it's art and it needs to sing its own voice. Like it is what it is because exactly of how it wants to orientate itself. And this kind of shit only runs off of blind faith by people who have money, which is not animators.
Yeah, I think it also helps that this movie or this like Pixar and all that were in their prime around this time, so it's probably hard to tell them no.
Mm-hmm.
And good thing, like in terms of what came out of it.
Not really.
Why you gotta hurt me?
Why you gonna hurt me? My arm hurts. If she really practiced PPE, this would not be happening.
What's that stand for?
Personal protection equipment.
Mm.
If you ever work a job where they ask you to handle food, they're gonna ask you, "Do you know what PPE is?" You can say, "Yeah," and they're never gonna ask what because they're just gonna assume that you're not lying.
What are corn dogs? Cut that out.
I'm not gonna cut that out. I didn't even realize that guy was that way. There's a point in this movie where that guy comes in with a pair of gloves and he grabs a piece of hair out of a hat. And as a kid, I only recognized a character grabbing a piece of hair and putting it in an envelope as a sign that they're going to clone a character later on. So as a kid, I was very confused as to why Cousteau never came back to real life. Because 80 movies taught me that when you grab a piece of hair, it means that you're going to clone somebody. Oh, it's this guy right here. Blunt. This is all dialogue that a kid can't understand, but still knows what's happening.
That's like that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like this movie doesn't baby down any of it.
No, it's written.
It respects the audience to understand it, and if you don't, you'll always come back to it because they gave you an enjoyment, and if you really enjoy it, you'll revisit this movie often, and once you become older, you'll pick up on shit as you go along.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't need to know what she's saying to realize that she's teaching Linguini how to cook and work in a restaurant. But now that I'm coming back to it as an adult, I'm enjoying everything that she's saying. 'Cause she's giving some real tips.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, I know. I would know. That's also something really iconic that this film did. Crushing some bread.
I love this.
Lemon zesting?
Yeah.
Love lemon zesting. I wish I had a zester.
We already zesty enough. You don't need all that.
You fucking lemon. Oh,
Bro, a freak.
he's got alopecia. Not alopecia.
No, he's blonde.
I was gonna say he's got rosacea. Not oh, I guess he has a little alopecia. With this thumb. That's the third thing this film did. Mm. I love the song playing on his radio. It's got a name. I forget what it's
Really?
called.
That's like the only thing I hate about this movie.
Well, I was actually lying. I was testing to see if you were real.
I'm a real fan, dude.
Yep, you're
I
real.
don't fuck with that bullshit.
You're a real Tui head, dude.
That's actually the director.
I heard.
All right. Go ahead and just mock me. You know it's fine.
That's you.
Wait, is that you mocking me?
That's you being a chicken, dude.
Okay. They know everything.
What?
Yes.
Linguini.
Bruh. Why is he telling him? He doesn't take orders. He's making food.
No, just like a real manager, they relay information to people who are not going to be able to do anything about it.
Exactly. They just hope word gets around.
I love it when managers do that. They really do just expect everybody to spread word around. It's like, dude, I'm doing something.
Oh, let's do something off menu. Pulls out a recipe from something we've done before. Idiot.
What a fucking cock.
Fungus? Did I hear fungus?
Fungus. Well, blue cheese is fungus.
It's Gusto, so let's make fungus burgers. Like, idiot.
Dude, I want.
Gosh, no, hold on. This movie got real dumb.
What the fuck? They're making mold patties, dude. They're making mold oatmeal.
Mold meal.
Yes. Now you're thinking.
Oh,
like
look at this.
so.
A little salt, a little pepper.
And I'm off. His ass is literally dancing.
Okay, let me throw a little bit of Kraft mac and cheese in there. Yeah.
And a bell pepper and a piece of broccoli. Let's go. What is Remy doing? He's doing some crazy shit up in that hat.
Worst part is Remy's not even in his hat, dude. He's at home.
Dude, he's just freaking the fuck out. Anchovy la orange sauce. That looked like the most delicious shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, like I can't eat food at all, but like this movie makes me hungry.
I haven't eaten since '07, so this movie's really been helping me through it.
It's very nostalgic.
To a time when I used to be able to eat. Everybody in the restaurant has already eaten it.
They're all devouring the plate right now.
Help, they're eating me. The dish is called the special order. Special order. He's pretending to cook, dude.
The fucking steam on it, I've never noticed that.
You know what? I never noticed.
There was steam trailing off of it.
You know
Yeah.
what? I never noticed until like a few watches of this movie ago. Linguini has little chin hairs.
Yeah.
Completely changed my look on him. Oh my god, it looks
Made
so
you
fucking
realize
good.
he's a twink.
I was gonna say it made me realize that he's probably above the age of 20.
Debatable.
I don't know about that one.
Got your tug.
Oh, is he saying togue?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he said toe. I thought the hat was just called a toe.
Mm-mm.
Man, I look fucking stupid.
Come on, man.
That lucky bastard left at 8. He didn't have to help close up.
Oh yeah, and they get a character drunk.
Yeah, I was gonna.
In this movie.
Yeah, they get a character drunk. They show like 2 guns, pepper spray. They say "Welcome to Hell." This movie's just for adults, dude.
This movie's meant for real movie heads.
This movie's meant for real movie heads, but it's coded so clearly visually that kids completely understand what's happening. I remember seeing this.
No pun intended, this
crazy.
movie ages like fine wine.
Not because he's eating a grape, and not because they're in France.
No, not because Linguini's drinking wine.
Not because Remy has a knife.
Classic.
I'm an evil rat.
No, dude, that's your cousin. Oh, wait, never mind.
My bad.
And that's a trailer moment.
Hey, nobody farts in this movie either.
Fucking thank God.
Thank God.
I don't think there ever is in a Pixar film.
Don't speak too soon.
I'm trying to think, but I don't think there is. I think they're like wise enough not to like do that.
You hear that Pixar's making their very first TV show? I say TV show in quotes. It's not.
No,
It's not airing on TV. It's only on Disney Plus.
a series.
Yeah, a series, like an
Yeah.
episodic series, which I'm kind of interested to see how they'll handle something episodic. But I don't know anything about it other than it's about baseball.
Is it called Knuckles 2?
I think it's called Knuckles. I think it's called Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I think
It's called The Knuckling.
it's called Knuckles, and Idris Elba is also there. I think. Rots.
Rat. That's so crazy. He just keeps calling him a fucking snitch. It's so insane. I wouldn't take that if I was him.
He took it without even knowing what it was.
Bless you. Thank you. No problem.
Got some yellow.
Oh, get it? Because he's calling him
'Cause
crazy.
he's a fucking nut job.
Yeah. Yeah.
These little animations are
Ooh.
unbelievable.
Ooh. You see that? You seeing this? These are his synapses going off.
I like how the colors moving are slowly building the theme song.
Yeah.
They're just not coming together.
You lost me. Mhm. Oh, yeah, that's right. They think he's dead.
Yeah, they probably already held a funeral for him and shit. That's fucked up.
They buried a toothpick, trying to, like, yeah,
They buried
using
a
it as his
toothpick.
body.
They were like, I miss my son so dearly. Pretend this is him. Kisses
Throws
it.
the toothpick in the sewer water. Oh, you shouldn't have.
Should all rat acquaintance be forgot?
All rats go to heaven.
I think that's what the sequel's called.
No, that's my diss track.
No rats go to heaven.
No rats go to heaven.
my
Pew pew. Brett just hands it back.
My
Ooh.
bad.
He just told him. Welcome back. Cut to the scene in Barnyard where Mr. Boombastic comes out.
And everybody's chilling in the barn.
Biggie Cheese, that's his name.
Mr. Biggie Bostic Cheese.
Mr. Cheese.
My name is Mr. Cheddar.
Dude, you thought he was dead. Chill.
I was gonna say, just like in True Dad fashion, you come back to life and he immediately scolds you.
That's so crazy. You're gonna die of fucking pancreatic
You're
cancer.
gonna die of rat cancer.
Hey boy, what's up?
Hi, buddy.
Yeah, for real, he's just talking to some guy he doesn't know. His son's right there in the flesh. But y'all both make nests.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like David Schwimmer.
I don't think it's him.
Can you look it up?
Okay. Are you sure?
I forget it.
you sure you
What's it? Emil. That's his
Are you
name.
sure you want to know?
Just look it up and tell me yes or no. If it's no, then I don't need to guess anymore.
No.
Okay.
Actually, who is this guy?
Oh my God. It's Lil Jon.
This little critter.
Imagine if they made a movie about this.
That wouldn't do well.
Yeah. Sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. Take a take a good long look. How about that?
Oh, wait, what? Wait, hold on.
I've never seen any of these things.
Yeah, they're, by the way, they're looking at a vending machine of rat poison.
Wait a minute.
Dude, no way. I'm not
What?
gonna tell you who voices Emil, but he is.
But I was right.
No, he's guess what he's a director. Guess what he directed?
Fuck. Because now I'm trying to think of what he sounded like. I might be able to guess.
He directed another Pixar movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Can I guess? Is the other Pixar film? Is it good?
I haven't watched it, and I haven't heard enough about it to say.
Is it new?
Yeah.
Is it the guy that did Elemental?
Yes. The guy who directed
Yeah, I forget his name.
Peter
And The Good Dinosaur.
Peter Son.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
So he also directed one of the best Pixar shorts, Partly Cloudy.
Yeah, I remember that. Or I remember like seeing that when I was looking at his stuff.
That's crazy. They really fucked him over. On
Yeah,
Good
no,
Dinosaur.
I like how even though Pixar is such a big company, I like how tight they keep their production to where you can mostly know everybody that is working on there. Like even voice acting, like a lot of the time voice acting is either like, family or friends of people on production, or they're like the production themselves. Like it's like sometimes it's just a random person that worked on a certain aspect of the movie. Yeah, I just think that shit's really cool.
That shit's amazing.
All right, calm down.
It's a shit. Okay.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No,
I need to stop.
No, it's just it's a team of tight creatives that just happens to be enslaved by Disney, and they all do a great job when they're allowed to.
Yeah,
breathe.
that's the worst part. Is it just feels like Disney has too much control now. It feels like things could have been so much different in a different world. Like, I don't know. It sucks.
Because they both used to be incredible and creative and unique in their own rights, like with highlights of Pixar being like Ratatouille and WALL-E and shit, and then highlights of Disney animation being like Wreck-It Ralph, and I can't think of any others, but Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
And then now that they're so tightly entwined together, it just seems like they both can't stop making just okay to just not very great movies like Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, that's the thing
Wish.
is that it's not like they're god awful now. It's just like
they used to be golden. Now they're like bronze.
And that's the thing too. I was gonna bring that up and be like, you can't always hold it to such a high standard, because, it's not like the same people are going to be working for Pixar forever. It's not the same group of people at all times. People come and go because they have different opportunities, or they simply get old and don't or can't work on stuff anymore. There's a lot to it. It's just it sucks because like you want to see it constantly grow and get better. And again, like I said, it's not like Pixar is god awful now. It's just like it could be so much better. It used to be perfect, and now it just feels like they're falling behind because they want to hold up like certain values that the audience doesn't really hold anymore, or at least like a certain part of the audience.
They need
I'm like, yeah.
what's it? Because I can't remember what they called it. It's on this. It's on this Blu-ray. So when we're done with this commentary, if you want to look at it, because this has like probably some of the best special features out of any Disney movie. But they talk about on this Blu-ray how there was just that one magical evening where they all sat down for lunch in a certain diner and they discussed like 5 or 6 movie titles, and they're like they are the Pixar movies. Like they were Wall-E, they were Ratatouille, they were all that shit. They were Monsters Inc. They were all that shit. They were the most incredible, the most iconic movies, all thought up in one evening at that table. And that's
Yeah.
like that was it. Like they need more of that. They need more of just like some of the most unbelievable minds coming together
Yeah,
and just like
it
throwing the
seems
great
so.
shit.
Yeah, like cuz like every time I have a conversation like this, it's not like I'm saying this is definitively the truth, and it's not me also saying that there aren't exceptions, but it feels like in this modern era, and whether it's music, whether it's movies, whether it's whatever, there's a whole plethora of things that I feel like don't meet a certain criteria that they used to. Um, there's just not anything that really hits. There's no one entity that's really carrying, like, there's obviously like A24 for somebody like me, and like, there are movie companies, but like they're not general audience companies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Pixar, everybody knows Pixar.
Yeah.
Everybody knows somebody that's watching a Pixar film at some point. Um, it's nationwide.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, yeah, I guess no, worldwide. I don't know why I corrected myself with the wrong term. But like it's a worldwide company. It's not something that's specific to one area.
Mm.
And there's no real big thing like that anymore. And I think what a big problem with that is because like Disney's like almost a monopoly in that sense, where they own all of the marketing and all of the money to do whatever they want with marketing. So they can overshadow any new up and comer or buy them out. Like they buy everything up. So it just kind of sucks. It's like it feels like there's no real example of a new thing, like a new shining light of, media.
Mm-hmm.
In any field, it feels like that same way with like music. I was thinking about that the other day because all I listen to now are the same few artists, and everything that I know hip hop or I am speaking from a hip hop lens, but I don't like pop music. I feel like it's the same shit over there. There are people that get a lot of praise and have a lot of praise and deserve a lot of praise, but there's not a lot of examples that stand out to me to the point where I'm like, oh, like I'm just being blind to this at the moment. It just all feels like kind of dry right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Yeah.
It definitely right now in these current days, it does feel a lot harder to be above unless you're below somebody. Like if it,
Yes.
like I feel
Yeah.
like it feels like the game plan has changed from starting out working hard and getting success has changed from starting out working hard, partner, work even harder, then get success. You always have to be
Yeah. It feels
below
like
or
your
above
own.
somebody.
Yeah. It feels like your only options now are to work for the thing that you are trying to get away from.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to work with Disney if you want to succeed in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
You have to work, and maybe I'm speaking specifically about animation. I'm just saying like when you're up and coming, a lot of the times your only path is to go for the big monolith companies.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like there's no option for freedom to do independent stuff unless you're really set in your ways to do it. But then you're like, you got to admit that not everybody's going to see it, and then not everybody's going to support it because of that,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of things to it, but yeah, I don't know.
It definitely felt like maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, you could ask a kid his dream and he'd probably say something, ooh, damn fine. He'd probably say something like, he'd probably say something along the lines of, I want to make the next big superhero movie. I want to make the next big theme park. And now if you ask a kid like what he would want to do, besides the obvious, like, oh, I want to have a YouTube channel. That same statement would probably be replaced by like, I want to have a ride at Disney World. I want to work for Marvel. Like, there's already like we've already kind of set up the precedent that, at least in our heads, that there's only like these
That
five.
these are the biggest
Yeah,
things.
yeah, these are the biggest
Yeah.
things. This is where you want to go. It's not like I want to be the smartest scientist ever. It's I want to make it through Harvard. It's like, no, it should still be I want to be the smartest scientist ever, because Harvard isn't the top. You can go above and beyond that. You're creating a roof for yourself when you say
Yeah.
like Pixar is it, Marvel is it, Warner Brothers is it, Universal
Yeah,
is
that's
it.
why I really when it comes to like when we talk on the other server about like animation and stuff. Granted, I'm not in the field, so I'm speaking from an outsider's perspective, but I do hear that conversation a lot, and I always get like I understand there's a lot of hoops to jump through to get any success in animation. Being an animator or just wanting to get an idea out through animation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't like it's not like these staples in the field are the only option. They're not it's not all down to, this is what you should thrive to, or this is what you should want to do. Like, you should want to do for yourself. You should, if you have all these grand ideas, obviously understand that like collaboration and like networking, like going to these places for a certain amount of time is a thing. But some people talk about it like it's the only way you can have long-term success.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, that's not the case. That's not true. Like, you just have to, I don't know. That I'm rambling now,
No,
but
no,
yeah, it's this. Yeah,
because I got
yeah.
I 100% agree. I've never been into anime. I'm a little into animation. I'm into animation probably just as much as you, where it's like if I see animation and art that I like, I could really appreciate it. I might know a few more terms and I might be a bit more fluent because I do it more often, but
You do it, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not crazy about animation. Like, I'm not like Davey, where I'm constantly scrounging for animators and inspiration and shit like that. I'm just like not into it like that. I'm not always about the next big pilot that has like a million views on YouTube. I'm not always about like these indie studios that are on Twitter. Like, I have nothing against them. It's just I'm never like crazy about it. Like, none of that stuff gets me excited. The only
Yeah.
reason I'm into animation is it's because it's the only way that I personally find that I can tell stories and explore ideas without busting out a camera and waiting for the perfect time of day, or waiting for
Dude,
nobody
yeah,
to
that's
bother
the
me or anything like
biggest
that.
yes, that's the biggest benefit to animation that I see, and I'm not saying that as a downside. I'm saying that as a that's like a power, like that's a superpower
Mm-hmm.
right there to be able to come up. Granted, you have to put in the work to get it across,
Mm-hmm.
but like that's so crazy to pull out, like to be able to build something, like build a world, build characters and create scenes without ever needing to have any other resource other than yourself. You can obviously like hire voice actors, but then there are animators that make shit on their own completely. They are a one person team. They
Mm-hmm.
do the animation, then they voice all the characters themselves. Like, it's not hard to put a filter on or do a voice, you know?
Yeah.
Um it's awkward sometimes because you have to find that, but then otherwise it's not impossible, you know?
Yeah.
Um
The extra,
so it's just I don't know. Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
extra work is that, at least in my eyes, it's 1,000,000% worth all of the extra work and all the necessary skills that I need to teach myself and everything like that, as long as I have power over every single aspect. Which,
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
not having power over aspects like how people perform and like the time of day and shit, that's what makes some of the best movie of all times the best movie of all times. It's just like by shit accidentally happening. But when I'm just trying to
Yeah.
experiment and figure out what I like and like how I want to project my voice and shit, things like animation, things just like 2D art, just like where everything is specifically like how you did it, like that shit's magical. In
Yeah.
I find it more magical in execution and as a tool rather than like innovation or anything like that. Like, whenever like people do all their shit, like their next big pilot or like their next big like movie short film project or whatever, like all that shit's cool, but it'll never be as cool as like when I'm doing it, because I'm like damn, I like just one or two clicks in Blender and like now it's a sunset, and now like 3 or 4, oh my god, it's a Citroen van. It's my favorite car of all time. I already forgot what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's just the coolest car of all time.
Uh, like I think I get almost exactly what you're saying. Like with like when you're the one doing it is when you get the overall appreciation of the thing. You understand why this thing is a beautiful thing. Because that same thing happens with me with music. I don't know if that's exactly what you're saying, but like I feel that just like when I'm the one creating it is when I start to realize there are no bounds to like what I can do, and it also is like this is such an impressive thing for myself. I don't really ever expect myself to accomplish much, but if I ever wanted to, it shows that I have the diligence and like the actual like I can do it. I can actually put myself to do it. You know what I mean? Uh and animation is one of those things. It's like uh not to say that it can't be more. It can be way more. I feel like it's one of the mediums that is probably the most fun to experiment with because you literally like I love experimentation and I love seeing somebody create a visual that that only speaks with emotion kind of. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like something where anybody can get a feeling from it. Uh like they all get their own interpretation of it and I think like animation especially does that cuz I don't know, like a lot of people see animation so differently. I don't get people that don't like it. Like I don't get people that like trash talk it cuz I think it is one of the most like it's a popular thing. It exists in every country, or not every country, but most countries. Like, we're watching a Pixar film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I still think it's underrated. I think it's not explored as to what you can, the boundaries you can push with it. You know what I mean? Like I think there are people trying to do it, and I'm not saying they haven't succeeded, but like I'm saying like it is one of those things that it gives you the freedom past like real life movies. You can only push the boundaries so much until you have to get to the editing room, and then that's when you can push it further. Whereas with animation, you have all the tools to take it wherever you want, and I think that's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
To just have that much control over an idea,
Because making a real life movie is like making your idea of your ideal world in the real world. But doing
Yeah.
animation is, this is my world. These are all the rules. It's like when you're writing, like when people write books and they just have absolutely limitless boundaries because you're only limited
Yes.
by you're only limited by what the reader can imagine what you're describing. Same thing with animation, except you have people working with that visually, and you don't work based off of what they can do creatively, because you direct them. If they can't do it, put the next guy in line, have him show the
Yeah.
next guy. It's just a process of
That's why there's like auditions and stuff. Yeah.
that's just a process of just creating the walls and the ceiling of the world that you want to build, and
Yeah.
because animation, it reaches a lot of places, not everywhere, but most places. Like I feel like if you go
Yeah.
if you go to Japan or you go to France, they're gonna know what a Pixar is. If you come to America or you go to Japan and maybe you go to some parts of India, you might know what like a Ghibli is. But shit like music, that shit reaches everywhere. That's always been in everything,
Yeah.
in humans since the beginning of time, and that the limitlessness also stays with it there, because you're kind of like how you were saying earlier, like whenever you make a song, like you ever like listen to a song and it's super catchy, you're super into it, and then you can start like ad-libbing shit in your head. But then when you're actually making a song, whenever you're getting into it, you start ad-libbing shit, and then you just keep adding and adding and adding shit, and then just more and more
Yeah.
of your ideas just fill up this entire audible canvas, and it's just a snowballing of ideas. Just keeps going on and on and on. So it's like it's not even like a roof at that point. It's more of just like momentum of just like what you can project into, because I don't know, because I guess music is so different, because there's so many different
It is. It's such
Yeah.
a hard conversation to like overlap with like a thing like animation and stuff. I just like comparing it because it's art at the end of the day. I do view both things as art because they're translating emotions through a canvas. Like music is still a canvas at the end of the day. Like how I approach making it is what makes it a canvas. Like I don't know. Like yeah.
It's
Fucking
also so crazy
yeah.
how they are completely different. They're completely different fields, yet they cannot exist without each other. It's almost so hard to imagine your favorite song without imagining like the design of the cover. It's so hard to
No,
listen
literally,
and
yes.
watch your favorite movie without thinking about all the meticulousness there is with the music that's playing and how it's like blending with the
Yeah.
characters. It's fantastic.
No, I agree like entirely. Yeah, like I had that conversation with David not that long ago. Or it might have been David, it might have been a group of people, but I just remember having a conversation talking about like yeah, like it's so weird how much art overlaps. Cuz yeah, like there's so many movies. There are movies without music, but they're so far and few like that don't use music at all.
Hmm.
Like almost every movie has a soundtrack. When they're doing an intro like title sequence, there's music playing. When there's credits, there's music playing. When there's just a moment of silence over a montage, there's music playing. Like you might not be getting like all movie
Hmm.
because they need to fill the space. And it complements each other. I don't know. I guess that's just me just
Well,
bring that up as an observation. But yeah, I think it's just so crazy how much they really do interact with each other.
because it's also like music has such a powerful stance in movies that even just a lack of music kind of speaks volumes. No pun intended. A little bit of a pun intended. I'm so sorry, but like whenever like an emotional scene can be heightened by the fact that there's like a beautiful song accompanying it and projecting exactly what's happening, but it could be even heightened even excuse me, it could be heightened even more if you have no song playing to show how serious and realistic is. So music in being present and also just moments where it's used sparingly or not at all is in itself just like the effect of like how incredible it is. Or some shit. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't even
Yeah,
fucking
I don't
care
even fucking
anymore.
care anymore. Yeah. Oh my god, this fat fucking rat, dude.
I know he literally blows the fucking lid off
He
this
literally wanted
place.
that one fucking grape.
Literally such a fatty too. It's a grape.
Oh
Chill.
my god.
It's not a fucking Dorito, fat ass. Like chill. Like
This
he's
movie's
so
got this
ridiculous.
movie's got to
Look
take.
at his stomach.
Oh my god. This movie's got to take place in like 1960 because there's just no sign of Doritos anywhere.
I feel like it is like maybe 90s. Like I wouldn't go
Well,
further than 90s.
well,
It doesn't seem like it's that far back.
you don't see anybody using any phone other than a rotary phone. They get all their news via the newspaper. All the TVs are in black and white.
That's
I don't know
Oh,
where
I
to
didn't
place
notice
it.
the
It-
I guess it would cuz
It's
maybe, but
it's it,
60s feels so far back for this.
it does, but also first off, it's timeless because the time period, no matter what's happening in the movie, feels irrelevant. Everybody understands that when you open up a newspaper, you're reading news. Everybody knows what a TV is. Cell phones aren't really needed because characters don't call each other to progress the plot. But
Also, no, there is color on the
well,
TV.
there was color at the
So
TV.
maybe it's like the 70s.
That
Like,
feels better. There's color. It was color in some, but most of the TVs are in black and white, which I think also speaks to like the transitioning of when color TVs were being brought in.
yeah, so it's probably like 70s because of that. Because it's like 60s was when they introduced color. I don't think like
But how popular was it to have a color TV in your house?
by the 70s for sure. It had to have been.
Had to have been.
Like, because it was like early 60s when they started adding color. I think it was like 64 or like, I might be wrong, like 63, 64.
don't know.
Shut up.
Yeah, color TV was invented in 1953, and it wasn't really in everybody's home until about 1970.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause that's crazy. I'm seeing people say that it was. Hold on. Oh, never mind. Oldest surviving color television is from 1937, but I think that's literally the one of its kind.
Yeah. There also might be a third date thrown in there as to when companies actually started airing TV channels in color. Because for a
Yeah.
while there was a couple that you would have to switch
There,
between.
yeah, there was that one TV show that did a whole thing where like the characters were reacting to the screen becoming colorized.
Hmm.
I don't know if you ever saw that.
No, but when I was a kid, I watched a lot of MeTV, and I would tell the time because I didn't have a clock in my room, so I would tell the time of day by what TV show was playing. Like if it was Hogan's Heroes, it was 7 p.m. If it was the Carol Burnett show, it was 10 p.m. It was time to go to bed. Laverne and Shirley show played at 3 a.m., which means go back to bed. Whenever I would get up for school, Perry Mason would always be playing. And I remember on the
Yeah.
last day of school, it was one year where it was the last day of school. They played Perry Mason, and they usually play 2 episodes in the morning, and I see one before I go to school. The first episode they played was in black and white. And the second episode was the last episode of Perry Mason that they ever made, and it was the only one to ever be made in color. And it was like a big special because it was the last episode of Perry Mason, and it was also the very first one to be in color. And that was the last thing of Perry Mason that they ever made. And I don't remember at all what it was about, but I remember it was very
I know
weird.
it's a detective show, I think.
Hmm? The detective show. I know that
Yeah, I think it's a detective show.
no, yeah, it's a detective show. It got rebooted, and one of the producers on it was
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. and his wife, I think.
Hmm.
Haven't seen anything about it though.
I really wanted to watch it when it came out, but it's on Max because I think, or yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on Max because it is a Max. It's an HBO show.
Oh, okay. That's a theme song.
I'm actually so surprised I've made it to 90 minutes worth of recording, but I am so stressed on whether or not it's gonna crash when I stop recording. Like if I hit pause, it's probably gonna have to render everything that's already been recording,
Hmm.
and I'm just worried that it's gonna crash and then delete it. But I doubt it. Like I'm not getting any audio issues.
Hmm. Well, I mean, if there's time to fail and there's time to experiment, I guess it would be right now. Not saying that Ratatouille
I'm
isn't
gonna
worth
just
it, but you know, just test
yeah.
our limits while we can.
I'm gonna just let it keep going.
That's a gargoyle.
He's a cuck.
Cause I'm a cock and I killed my wife. What?
Oh my god. Duh. Movie's really good.
Very. Rat.
He's about to start singing. He hit that singer pose.
Oh, start coughing because he's about to start singing.
Esophagus.
Radigus.
So I'm at 90 minutes worth of recording. You're telling me there's what? Another 30 would be 120. Or wait, no, sorry. So there's 20 more minutes left?
20 more minutes left plus like maybe 5 worth of credits, so maybe like 15.
So yeah, maybe 15. So we're cutting it after.
Who the fuck are the 2 guys to the left? Who's that waiter? I've never seen these characters before.
Luigi.
Oh my god, you're right.
So we're cutting it after credits. Like, are we doing a sign off during the credits starting?
Yeah, we sign off during the credits and then we both stop at the same time.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. And to anybody who's watching this is the 1000th episode that we've recorded. We're professionals. We've done this every single day.
This is being backlogged.
Yep. You're actually listening to a recording made in 2017.
It's actually genuinely insane.
Did they think we're joking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
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 And all them shoes.
Fucking idiots. Not a single New Balance or fucking Nike.
Oh, she got some Vans on.
Don't smack me.
Hit me like you mean it.
Hit me with your best shot.
Right away.
Rat.
There hasn't been...
That's what... Yeah.
Guess rat. There hasn't been one Pixar movie with a pop song in it, has there?
I don't think there's ever been a Pixar movie.
Ever.
I think this is the first to do it.
This... Oh my god.
How do you even drive that?
What if
Anyone can cook. Except a rat, dude. They're dirty.
wait, that book only costs $3? Wait.
Yeah. Get it now in stores.
Drive around her.
No, I'm actually so mad. Why did they just honk at her?
What's she gonna do?
Am I gonna have to step in? Should I step in? I think I have to.
I think I have to step in. Hey, Remy. Yeah, what's going on? I need you to sing a song because the kids are sad. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, good looking what you got cooking
Copyright.
Sorry.
I'm talking about rat.
You got a lot of rat, kid. You got a lot of rat.
You got a lot of rats, kid.
I rat spec that.
Wait a minute.
Kill that guy.
Yeah, what if they just start rat piling him?
Dude, let's rat pile that guy right fucking now.
Go get the inspector now.
Kill him.
I mean
His
it.
stomach tissue is very soft. Just chew through it.
Oh my god, yeah. There's that one movie, I forget that. Like, there's a movie that does that.
Which one?
I don't remember. I just remember they chew through a stomach with rats.
Do they do the I fucking love that so much. Do they do the torture
The
device?
googly eye shit?
Well, I was gonna say, do they?
What?
I was gonna say, do they do the torture device thing where they put the bucket over the stomach and they put a candle by it?
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of like Fear Factor. I remember there was something.
Was that a Fear Factor episode?
There was...
Let all these rats chew through your stomach.
Yeah. No, it was like, I think it was just that was where my mind was going to that happening, because I remember there being an episode where it was like Yeah, I think it's a Fear Factor episode, or like there was another show that was like a like a copy of Fear Factor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just can't remember. I wish I could remember because um, it was insane. Like it actually made me like really anxious, but I was also like an actual child at the time. Like I was like maybe 6 or 7 when I saw that. They're grating the cheese like they're
Oh
surfboards.
my god. This is the rat version
Yeah,
of
no,
a Rip Goldberg machine.
Wow, only one of them fucked up. That's embarrassing.
This was we just passed a bit. Like I think French horns are probably the most magical cinematic instrument that you can use besides like a tuba. But that playing like the main theme just for like a bunch of rats cooking some food is like the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I just called my doctor. He said that's not true.
Doctor's a fucking optometrist, dude.
My doctor's a dentist.
What? No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, you're fucked.
What? Oh my god, that guy's dead.
Help me.
I'm gonna fuck you later.
That's what he sounded like.
I'm gonna fuck you later.
What? All right.
He's saying that to the guy.
I'm making ratatouille. That's his name.
Bitch, I'm Ratatouille. Do it like this.
Do it like this.
Do it like this. First.
Yeah, no, and everybody's already said it, but they made this ratatouille look way better than what it actually is supposed to look like.
Yeah, it's just like some cucumbers and tomatoes and shit. But it looks like
It looks so fire.
It looks like salami and like beautiful bits of cheese and like some fresh green herbs, and the sauce looks like magic.
This movie makes it feel like if you ate it, you would see it how Remy sees it.
Yeah. I've seen people make the Ratatouille version. They're like, hey, it's actually a lot better than people say it is.
Wait, hold on. Oh, God. I hope he likes it.
Who the fuck is this kid? This movie's too late to introduce new characters.
Bro literally got beat the fuck up. His tire is fucking broken on his bike.
But he got some veggies.
And he comes home to eat some fucking potato.
I feel great. I got potato. Potato.
I can't, like, it. Nah, never mind. I'm not going to say that.
What?
I was gonna say it sucks when a movie like when pinnacle scenes of movies get memeified, but at the same time I can't blame them because like once it starts I don't hate it. It's only after you've seen it so many times where it becomes a like not a bad feeling. Like seeing that didn't like make me cringe knowing that people use it as a meme, but it's like it has no more power to me anymore. It's like I can't think of like that scene without thinking of people using that as like a reaction post to like something nostalgic for them.
I think
like I see it on Twitter all the time.
I feel like I have a special superpower that I almost wish I could give to every single person, and that is like when a movie starts I can just immediately forget the outside world and how everybody would react to everything, like people I hate, and like people how they react to things, and people like what they've memed. I could just immediately turn that all off in my head and just be like, okay, this movie is real and this is the only thing that matters right now, and I could just snap out of everything.
That's the thing. I can do that too. Like I can watch a movie and not point out, but it's just when you like, because I've seen this movie 1,000 times. It's not like I don't know. It's like it's too hard to just live in the world anymore. It's like I was saying like earlier, like it's a comfort movie. You can put it on at any time, and it'll work. But like I can't live in the world anymore. Like other than like if I'm really sitting down and paying attention. Like since we're talking, I guess it just comes to mind.
Well,
but
I think the reason that I bring it up is because it's not something I can snap into. It's something that just happens, even if it's a fucking dumb and stupid movie like Meg or something. Like I'm just like, okay, this is all real now. And I think that's why I don't give bad reviews to movies most of the time. But then again,
I don't think ever seeing something seeing something from a movie that's also on the internet will ever make me give it a bad review. I don't think that
no,
it
but
will have that much
not give you a bad
power
review,
over
but
me.
take away the power of a scene because I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, I think the Murray scene in Joker's fantastic and it's still tense, but I think how many times that it's been done definitely doesn't help the oomph factor, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's one where, especially because um, it's weird. Like that movie has a specific kind of fan base that I don't associate with, but I still fuck with that movie so hard. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of people that are weird about liking that movie. And I think that's what ruins it for everybody else. But for me it doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can watch the movie and detach myself from the idea of who's a true fan of that film for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And so when I see a scene like that, like I can still live in it because of the fact that I'm like, yeah, and it's also such a pinnacle scene in that film, and it's so late in the film that it's like you've been building up to this moment. Like so it's got to pay off. If it doesn't pay off, it was not worth it, you know.
Uh-huh.
What are these fuckers doing?
They're sleeping and I don't know. Well, he's not sleeping.
They got their eyes open, dude. They are not sleeping.
His ass is not tired.
Oh, he's got wood.
Oh my God, you're right. Why'd they put a boner in a kid's movie? Oh, okay. Wait, hold on, wait. Okay, wait, hold on, wait. I see why.
Oh my god.
Also,
why do they put a boner in a kid's movie? Oh my god, that's
there's
crazy.
another one. You know, I was gonna say.
What could they even be doing now?
I don't know.
Go ahead, say what
Oh,
you're
I
gonna
was
say.
gonna say that that was the fifth iconic thing that we saw in the movie. That this movie just made super iconic was that flashback scene. This is another one of the, it's like this movie did just like 5 of the most iconic like movie things of all time. Not like iconic, but like those things are iconic in their own right, and the fact that they're all
This
from
movie
this
was the
movie.
only movie to do like half the shit is done. Like
Yeah. No, like has
like that
has,
yeah.
has any movie done the thing where a character closes their eyes and then they do like a very interesting, colorful visual interpretation of what it's like to taste food? Like not a lot, I'm assuming.
I really doubt it. Yeah, I doubt there's many that have done that. And the whole flashback thing, it's not that this is the first movie to ever do a flashback, but it is literally the most like first time watching, you're not expecting something like that. You're not expecting the result of what like this movie's been building up to be that like deep. You know, that's a deep feeling. It's like it's showing that this cynical guy can even be broken down with like he's still human.
Yeah, he's just
Like you're looking at him like a fucking you're looking at him the whole movie like the villain because he's a critic and that he's you literally had it out for this restaurant for forever. But they still show that at the end of the day there's a way to show this person that there's more to life than being cynical and all that, you know.
Something else I also really appreciate about the end of this movie is that when they lose the restaurant and they get a new one, it's not a bigger or more extravagant restaurant. It's actually a smaller and shittier one, but they're still just happy.
Yeah.
They're still all perfectly happy.
Which is better.
Yeah.
In this sense, like if you're gonna be a big name restaurant, it's so much better to keep that what's the term? I guess that sense of community.
Yeah.
Unless you're a chain restaurant, there's no reason for your restaurant to be fucking huge. Like you should want people to only familiarize the interior and the idea of your building with you and what you've got. That's a personal thing. Like that's why like people love hole in the wall spots because once they find them, that's something that they associate with good food and originality and like familiarity.
There is I cannot remember the name of it at all, but there is a donut restaurant in Japan that's like almost world famous, Just because like when you're creating like an itinerary of like what you're gonna do in Japan, like they always have that donut shop on the list, and they always put it up very high because that donut shop is the size of like an incredibly small house, and they sell donuts all day. They open at 5. People will start lining up at 3 a.m. to like get their donuts, and the line will be a mile long just because it's so small, and they refuse to open like any more restaurants or get any bigger than that because then they just don't think it'll be a special. But people will still wait there, and they'll be like, dude, we gotta have this fucking $20 donut that's like the best thing you've ever had. And just about like 9 out of 10 people who go there usually aren't disappointed. And that's kind of like the same thing I feel like with keeping it small and keeping it special, because it wouldn't be special if there was like 30 or 40 of them around, even though that would be way more smart for the business.
Yeah. And that's Ratatouille.
That's Ratatouille, and this is the best 2D animated closing end credit sequence for any movie ever made. It's the most visually.
This is the best one-dimensional animation ever made.
I think so. Look at all these hairy fucking rats.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
This is a kid.
They're gonna do something bad.
This is a kid when this was playing. This meant to take the DVD out of the DVD player, put it back in, so the movie could restart.
That rat's about to fall.
And he fell. And I think this commentary has concluded.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, like, are you? Wait, Did you already end it?
I'm about to. Oh wait. Did you want to plug anything?
Follow me on Letterboxd.
Follow him on Letterboxd. Brose444 on everything. Orgus Brose.
Literally
everything. Follow us on Roblox. I'm the CGI creature. He's not Brose. All caps. Where's how do I?
And what about you?
I don't. This is going on my YouTube channel. I don't have anything to plug. I hate using everything.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.